Let's jump right into a serious, well, almost documentary style analysis of literally one of the most highly volatile, high stakes environments on the planet. I'm talking about an Indian household on board exam result day. If you've ever been through it, you know the absolute terror and honestly, the sheer comedy that comes with it. Today, we're unpacking a brilliant piece of source material to decode exactly what goes down in that living room when the clock strikes 10 a.m.
Okay, so we're starting right at peak panic. Listen to this dramatic plea from the mother of the household, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, let my peace of heart pass today. She isn't just hoping for a good grade, she's treating her kid passing a standard school exam like a massive life or death event that absolutely requires immediate divine intervention. This right here sets the baseline tension for the entire household. It's really not just a test score, we're talking about familial survival.
Section 1, Result Day Anxiety and Character Archetypes. Let's take a look at who's actually stuck in this highly stressful waiting game. And man, does this perfectly capture the legendary generational gap that always rears its head on result day. On one hand, you've got the father's mythic, completely exaggerated childhood hardships. You know the type. He claims he walked 10 kilometers barefoot in the blazing sun and literally swam across a river just to get to school. But then, compare that to the son's modern reality. On the flip side, total cluelessness. The kid doesn't even know which educational board he belongs to. When they ask for the website to check his results, he actually guesses www.upsc.com, which, if you know, is for India's elite civil services, not a high school board exam. The contrast here is just absolutely hilarious and spot on. Now, what's fascinating is how the mother negotiates with the divine. She's treating religious fasting like some sort of sliding scale currency based entirely on academic performance. So if her son manages to just barely pass, she promises the heavens a one-day fast. But hey, if by some absolute miracle he gets a first division, boom, she doubles the offering to a two-day fast. It's a completely calculated, transactional approach to faith, and it perfectly nails the desperation of an anxious parent. Moving right along to section 2. Parents' extreme reactions and delusions. Because let's be real, this anxiety doesn't just stay in the immediate family, it spills over into some wild expectations from everyone around them. Enter the neighboring uncle. This is literally what peak overconfidence looks like. Before a single score has even been released, this guy has already ordered 51 kilograms of sugar-free sweets from the local vendor. 51 kilos. He's organized a massive neighborhood feast, a bhandara, and specifically made sure there's bundi raita on the menu for digestion. And the craziest part, he bets his own dignity, declaring your shoe, my head if his son scores anything less than a 95%. Talk about projecting absolute certainty in a wildly unpredictable situation. So, while everyone is waiting, the father drops this absolute gem of a parental taunt. He says he wakes up at 12 p.m. after doing a world tour at 3 a.m. He's hilariously exaggerating his son's late-night smartphone scrolling, calling it a world tour. It's basically a preemptive strike, right? The father is already deflecting blame for the impending academic doom by pointing out his kid's terrible sleep schedule and total lack of discipline. Just when you think the tension can't get any worse, we hit section 3, tech glitches and distractions. The household gets hit by the ultimate boss-level enemy of results season, technological failure. You can practically track the anatomy of this tech disaster minute by agonizing minute. Right at 10 a.m., the exact second the results are supposed to go live, the laptop battery immediately dies. Okay, they plug it in. Then, at 10:05, they realize their daily internet data is completely exhausted. Cue the sheer panic. By 10:10, they finally manage to connect a mobile hotspot, only to be met with the ultimate heartbreak. The server itself is down. Literally every single possible tech hurdle is popping up to prevent them from actually seeing that score. But wait, why was the internet data completely exhausted at 10 in the morning? Well, blame the Anupama distraction. The reason the internet died is purely comical. The parents actually used up all their daily Wi-Fi data watching a wildly melodramatic TV soap opera, Maha episode, the night before. And we aren't talking about just any episode. We're talking about a plotline where the main character allegedly flies a kite all the way to heaven to fight Yamraj, the god of death, just to bring her husband's soul back. They literally prioritized this cinematic masterpiece over saving a few megabytes for their son's future. And just to add insult to injury, right in the middle of this tech meltdown, the TV news in the background does what it always does. The headline flashes, laborer's son becomes district topper with 99.8%. It is the classic recurring trope of every result day broadcast, highlighting some massive odds-defying success story, which of course only serves to further enrage the father as he glares at his own son, who couldn't even remember the website URL. Finally, the agonizing wait comes to an end. Section 4, the final reveal. The moment of truth has arrived. The server finally stops buffering, the web page loads, and the numbers are ready to be punched into the portal. The tension in the room just skyrockets as they prepare to type in this roll number, 9893576899. I mean, it's this absurdly long, almost mathematically improbable string of numbers that feels like it takes an absolute eternity to type out when your hands are shaking. But right as they're about to hit enter, bam, a classic twist of irony. That boastful neighbor physically pushes his way in and straight up hijacks the laptop. He insists on checking his own son's result first. He aggressively types in a roll number that ironically ends in 420, which, if you're familiar, is historically associated with trickery in India. And as the page is loading, he's still blindly boasting to the room that they are about to witness a never-before-seen high score. The screen loads, and you know what? We don't even need to see the actual numbers. The absolute catastrophic failure of the boastful neighbor's son is perfectly summarized by this classic Hindi idiom meaning to be struck dumb. It's a pin-drop silence so heavy, it's as if a snake has paralyzed the whole room. All of that arrogance, all those elaborate preparations, the 51 kilos of sweets, it all instantly evaporates into this shocked, humiliating silence. It is honestly the ultimate poetic justice of Result Day. To wrap up our explainer of this highly pressurized domestic ecosystem, I want you to reflect on your own past. We've gone through the bargaining mothers, the endless tech failures, and the arrogant neighbors getting humbled by a buffering server. So tell me, what was your most chaotic Result Day memory? And looking back, did all that panic even matter in the long run? Thanks for hanging out for this breakdown, and remember, no matter how bad the score is, at least you didn't bet your dignity on a 95%. See you next time.